Did Capital Steez jump off of a building because he thought the world was gonna end? Or did one of his own homies kill him over money? He had one of the craziest and most shocking deaths in the rap game. And today, we're breaking down the whole story. Capital Steez came up in Brooklyn and always wanted to hop in the booth. The West Coast was taking over the rap game, but Capital Steez grew up listening to East Coast legends like Nas and Biggie and wanted to put New York back on the map. After Capital Steez's dad died when he was 3 years old, Steez really got into music and started his first rap crew when he was in 4th grade. Steez was just 12 years old when he dropped his first mixtape with his homie Jack the Rhymer back in 2009. Steez was already headed for the rap game, but what happened to him in high school changed everything. One of the big changes that happened to Steez in high school was when he stopped following Christianity and took a deep dive into spiritual and mystic theories. We'll get into some of the wild things Steez started to get into in a minute, but the other big change was when Steez met Powers Pleasant at Edward R. Murrow High School. Powers Pleasant was making beats for Steez to rap over, and Steez started doing local shows at cafes. At the same time, Joey Bada was going to the same high school and uploading his raps to YouTube. Steez already had a name, so Joey Bada was shocked when Steez came up and told Joey he saw him rapping online. They were going to an art school that gave him a lot of time to make music. So Steez, Joey Bada, and some other homies would all freestyle together while Powers Pleasant would make beats for them. That's when Steez and Powers Pleasant started their Pro Era collective and brought Joey Bada, Dirty Sanchez, and some more homies on board. Steez had always been a chubby dude, but after he decided to really go hard in the booth, he started riding his bike all over the city, changed up how he dressed, and shocked his own homies when he started looking like a rapper. The Pro Era crew wanted to change the whole game with their music and put New York in the spotlight again. And that's exactly what happened when Steez and Joey Bada dropped the track Survival Tactics. The track popped off in the underground rap scene and put Joey and Steez on the map. Fans and critics were rocking with the 90s style and lyricism they had, especially Steez's lines like, "And little kids are shooting Uzis cause it's given to them. Little weapon, codename Smith & Wesson. And you'll be quick to catch a bullet like an interception. If your man's trying to disrespect it, send a message and it's over in a millisecond." Steez also sparked a beef with Lil B on the track when he rapped, "They say hard work pays off, well tell the bass god don't quit his day job, cause PE's about to take off. With protons and electrons, homie, that's an A-bomb." Joey Bada and Lil B sent shots after the track came out. Then Lil B dropped "I'm the Badass" and rapped, "Everybody wanna be a star. Who got heart to shine through the dark? Lil B, bitch, call me Lil Boss. And if you really think you a badass, I turn you into trash." Then Joey Bada clapped back with "Don't quit your day job" and rapped, "Lame ass nigga, publicity stunts for the fame ass nigga. Badass not lying, but you gotta tame that nigga. Holla at, not replying, now you dying." But what's wild about the situation is that Steez didn't even live long enough to see Lil B and Joey's beef that he sparked. A couple months after Survival Tactics blew up, Steez dropped his first album, American Corruption, and got even more attention in the underground scene. At the same time, Steez was getting really deep with mystic theories and numerology. He started to think that the number 47 was the perfect expression of balance in the world, and Steez designed his own 47 logo and made it look like a swastika to grab people's attention. Making the 47 logo look like that was a smart play because it made everyone start talking about it. The logo got so much attention that the cops even started up an investigation because they thought Steez was using a real Nazi symbol, and that kind of heat just made the buzz on his name even bigger. Pro Era already had some buzz after Steez and Joey Bada dropped Survival Tactics, and the rest of the crew was shining when they dropped the first Pro Era mixtape. Around the same time, Cinematic Music Group was trying to sign Joey Bada as a solo artist. Johnny Shipes didn't think the rest of the crew was going to be stars like Joey, so he tried to get Joey to sign a deal without the rest of them. Joey didn't want to leave his homies behind though, and Cinematic Music Group ended up giving the whole Pro Era crew a deal. Joey Bada dropped his mixtape 1999 a couple months after Steez dropped his, and Joey made a way bigger splash in the rap game. Everyone who heard Steez thought he was dope, but that he didn't make music that could ever hit the mainstream. The label knew that from the jump, and they started pushing Joey Bada way more than the rest of the crew. Back when Joey and Steez dropped Survival Tactics, it was listed under both of their names. But then the label came in and changed it, so it was Joey's track featuring Steez. Pro Era went on their first tour, but Joey was always getting pushed the most, and posters would say, "Joey Bada with Pro Era." The tour was still huge for the Pro Era crew, but it was clear that Steez wasn't rocking with how everything was going down. After the tour was over, Steez wasn't the same. He was getting deeper into the conspiracy theories and started acting weird. There was a big conspiracy theory back then that the world was gonna end when the Mayan calendar hit December 21st, 2012. Most people didn't take it seriously, but Steez was convinced that something big was about to happen. Steez and his homies were all still teenagers at the time, and nobody knew how serious the situation really was. But Steez told his homie Jack, if the world doesn't end, something really big is gonna happen, and it's gonna change our lives. Steez was allegedly pressed because his music wasn't popping off like he wanted it to. So after the Pro Era tour was over, he dropped an expanded version of American Corruption and added 7 new tracks. Joey Bada was becoming one of the hottest new rappers in the game, but behind the scenes, the situation wasn't looking good. After Steez died, some text leaked where he told one of his homies that he doesn't go to the studio because he had to go through Joey. Steez also had some lyrics that made it sound like he wasn't happy with how everything was going. Like on the track King Stilo, when he rapped, "It don't make no sense. Tell me how you make up a set and not make a percent. I bet a lot of people think I'm upset, but I ain't playing defense. I'm more playing the cut and duct taping your vents." And even on the first Pro Era mixtape, Steez dropped the track Emotionless Thoughts and rapped, "True love is so hard to find, and they say that once you found it, you lost your mind. Even some of my niggas done grew apart with time." Steez was really going through it and wanted to quit the whole rap game. His last show was on December 12, 2012. Steez showed up drunk and was mad because the crowd was so small. And a couple days later, he told a dude from Cinematic Music Group that he was done with this shit. A couple weeks after that, Pro Era dropped their second tape together and had a party for the release. According to people at the party, Steez was acting weird and slurring his words, and you can tell something was off with him in videos from the party. Steez's homies knew something was up, but nobody expected what happened next. The day after the mixtape dropped, Steez was in the studio with some Pro Era homies and told them he was thinking about jumping off the Cinematic Music Group's roof. Nobody knew what to do, so they all just went home, and that was the last time they saw Steez alive. The next day, some Pro Era dudes showed up to Steez's crib to check on him, but he wasn't there. They talked to Steez's mom though, and that's when they decided to call a self-harm hotline. The Pro Era crew hit the streets to look for Steez, but what they didn't know was that he was already dead. On December 23rd, 2012, Steez went to the Cinematic Music Group building and got let in by a security guard. He went up to the roof where he used to freestyle with his Pro Era homies, and that's when Steez texted a couple of friends and told them that he loved them. Then, Steez hopped on Twitter and tweeted, "The end." After that, he jumped off the building and died when he hit the ground. Steez had been obsessed with the number 47 for a long time, and the date he sent his last tweet was 12/23/12, which adds up to 47. What was really weird about the whole situation is that almost nobody reported on his death though. Steez wasn't hitting the mainstream like his homie Joey Bada, but he was still one of the hottest new rappers in the underground. So when he died and nobody was talking about it, his fans thought the situation looked sketchy. There were all kinds of rumors flying around about how Steez actually died, but a month after it happened, Joey Bada went on Sway in the Morning and confirmed that Steez killed himself.
I've been trying not to get too lost in my thoughts and everything, because it truly hurts, losing a brother or best friend. It hurts a lot, man.
Did they determine what was the cause or what happened?
It was self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted, right?
Yeah.
Fans still didn't have any answers or details about what really went down though, and rumors started going around that Joey Bada was actually involved with Steez dying. After Steez allegedly jumped off the building, Steez's family started beefing with Joey Bada because Joey never released the album Steez was working on before he died. Joey Bada and Pro Era also started an annual Steez Day concert, but Steez's family boycotted that too. It was clear that Steez and Joey had some tension going on before Steez died, and some people thought Joey got him killed over some money issues. Joey had a lot of love for Steez though, and on the track Survivor's Guilt, he raps, "Wishing I could've stopped him, let alone just know how he feel. Lyrically couldn't top him. He was the nigga with the belt. Yeah, and that's real rap. I couldn't do this shit without him, and that's just facts." And on the same track, Joey talks about the rumors he got Steez killed and raps, "Until the very end, wish he was still here. I swear it feels weird. How people could accuse me for his death, sometimes I gotta shed a real tear." There's a lot of crazy rumors about Steez's death, but at the end of the day, it looks like he had some major mental health issues that he didn't get any help for. And Joey Bada raps, "You see, the truth about Stilo, he lacked the mental health, but try to tell that to people way back in 2012. But now that it's a mainstream topic, I'm guessing I can finally open up and talk about it. Some of Steez's fans still think his death looks sketchy, but it's not like Joey Badass had anything to gain from him dying. His death wasn't like when Biggie died, and Diddy got a bunch of money from selling Biggie's records. Steez was always selling less than Joey Badass, and Joey is the one who wanted everyone on Pro Era to get a deal instead of just signing by himself. It's tragic how it all ended, but Steez was able to kick off a whole new wave of New York rap with just a couple of projects. Fans think he could have been one of the new GOATs, but unfortunately, Steez never got the chance to reach that level.